Hello, good evening. Tuesday night, Wisdom and Confessional Dreamers Meeting, episode number 11. Today we are streaming directly from Singapore. And what you see is a simple setup, okay, in my home in Singapore. Not in the state that I want it to be, but yeah, the best that I can do with the short time that I have over here. It has been 1 week or so that I'm back in Singapore. I'm not sure whether you watched the last episode of Wisdom and Confessionals where I was doing it in the dark, a little bit dark that video, but today, yeah, I'm back at least with a proper setup, um, even though not as I want it to be or imagine it to be, but I hope it's good enough. Anyway, I'm broadcasting with my new mic. Okay, this is the SM7B Shure mic. It's a dynamic mic, and I am using this new mic with a yeah, I'm using this new mic. Got my cable, and yeah, I hope that it sounds better. Anyway, today is going to be a short update because I'm not completely settled back in Singapore. So yeah, it's been a good 1 week or so. Last weekend, we had our Song Kids Festival, our digital Song Kids Festival online, where we had an event to basically it's a flagship event that we run every year to give opportunities for children and youth from the various countries that we work with have a chance to display their talent, by presenting their song and their performances and their artwork. So I want to congratulate those children, those youths, those participating centers who have won, submitted their entries, and we were very pleased with the quality of songs and artwork that was being presented. Of course, in terms of attendance, it was a challenging year, so we didn't get as many people attend the event. But nevertheless, yeah, we are grateful that we are able to broadcast that on a very challenging year where I was away, the team is in Singapore, and it's just a challenge getting all the volunteers together. But nevertheless, I think we did wonderful. So I want to thank all those people that is involved in the event. I want to thank one of my team members, Chow Wei. Despite his busyness, right, he's able to put this event together. For those who have attended, I hope you enjoy yourself and you know a little bit more about Songkids, the foundation or the society that we set up to help orphans and refugees all over the world. Um, so we hope to be able to show you the video clip, the entire event very soon as the team process it and put it up. So watch out for it. I may release it in this All Human School channel as well. Okay. Anyway, so today the topic that I just want to talk about is about how to break old routines, because I found that in the last week or so, um, one of my goal is really to because ever since I moved from Singapore to Malaysia, and Malaysia being being a phase in my life that I feel that I had a lot more time. Um, yeah, even though there are things to do, many things to do in Kuala Lumpur, but I feel that because it's a new place and a new environment, I find myself with more time, and I have built in place, many routines uh, that I'm quite happy with. to replace some old routines that I had in Singapore. And those are not necessarily good routines, for one, like, being in Malaysia, I think I do a little bit more self-care. I care for my personal mental state, spiritual state, a lot more than I could have, when I was first in Singapore during the many years that here. So with those routine, of course, you also know that, the past 2 months before I come back, I embarked on a fitness journey, and I've been going to the gym regularly. I started off every single day. Then, of course, I realized that every day going to the gym for weight training is not the ideal way to go about fitness. So I reduced it to 3 times a week, which I managed to do. And the other 2 times, I will just do my conditioning, which one of the thing that I do is my 10,000 steps walk. Like this morning, I did it with my wife. So I try to maintain the good routine that I had in Kuala Lumpur and bring it over. Yes, so far in this 1 week or so being in Singapore, I have to say that I'm quite happy with how I'm doing. I had my 3 days in the gym. I wanted to join a gym outside, but I couldn't find one that I'm happy with. So I'm settling with just using my own gym, condo gym, okay, which is not so well equipped, but I kind of make do with whatever that I have. So what I used to do in the old gym in Kuala Lumpur, if I couldn't do it here, right, then I will research about how to do it without those equipments. Okay, one of the things that I learned is there is this way of training which doesn't use any equipments. They don't use any dumbbell, and I find that the best dumbbell is our own body weight. So I am my best dumbbell, and I think it's called Calis technique tactic or whatever. CALISTHENICS. Okay, calisthenic technique. Okay, if you know how to pronounce it, please help me pronounce that word. So it's about using your body weight as weight, and I find that is effective. Okay, so I could maintain my old Kuala Lumpur routine here in Singapore, and still, like really trying to build that routine. So the topic today, we want to talk about how to break old habits, and I think it's a very important topic because a lot of us sort of through the years find ourselves developing habits that are not congruent with our values, or developing habits that doesn't serve us in the dream that we want to pursue. And if you want to do well, or if you want to pursue those dreams, right, breaking those habits is one of the key things that you need to do in your life. Maybe now we are moving towards the end of the year. Okay, we may be thinking about our new goals for next year, but we still have like 3 weeks or so, 3-4 weeks to go before at the end of the year. It may be too early to think about those new dreams. You may think about how to make the most out of the rest of the year. So one of the things to really look at is to evaluate what has been holding us back. And most of the time, what has been holding us back is usually an old habit. Okay, the old habit that's being formed through the years, doing the same old thing in repetition, because our brain has been wired up to do those things, whether it's good for us or not, right? Because we don't do it so regularly. Let's say we do something, you're supposed to do something and we procrastinate. So every time we want to do something important, we end up like watching the TV, or we slack, or we we want to eat healthy, we end up eating those junk food or things that are not good for us. We find ourselves keep keep on doing those things, on a regular basis, and that's because of a pattern that's been set up, the firing of the brain to do those bad habits. So breaking a bad habit is a very important thing. If you look forward to a new year with new goals, new dreams, right? We have to, I think, maybe for the rest of this year, think about how to break those age-old habits that has consumed us and that has run our life, for this many years. Okay, and this what caused us not to be effective this year. So I think it's a good time to think about this question. So how do we break old habits? The past few months, even before I came back to Singapore, even in Singapore the past week or so, I've been thinking about this topic about how to break old habits. And I realized that, because of the routine that I've set in place the past few months, and what I've been trying to do this 1 week or so is I'm trying to create a new routine. And I really find that, all my life, breaking old habit is tough. And I don't think I succeed most of the time breaking old habits. But I've always found greater success in forming a new habit. Okay, intentionally setting up new routines that I'm excited to follow. And then if I do it long enough, right, it actually replaces an old habit. So my answer to the question, how to break old habits, is really to form a new habit, right? So how you break old habits is through forming a new routine. Just like my exercise routine that I've put in place the past 2 months, right? And I try to continue it over here. And one of my first goals, when I know that when I come back to Singapore, is to build up strong morning routines. Okay, my routines of eating healthy, having a fast, before lunchtime, and only start my first meal during lunch, and then dinner, and then I stop eating until the next day lunchtime. Really helps. Okay, eating healthy, doing weight training 3 times a week. Okay, and then the other 2 times in the weekday, I will do conditioning. So it's a habit that has formed in Malaysia, and I want to build that in Singapore. I know that when I come back to Singapore, my old habits will die hard. Being a familiar place, maybe 2 years ago, before I left for KL, I know it's very easy for me to fall back to my old ways, my old routines that maybe serve me in my old dream, but not in my new dream. So not just fitness, in terms of this new venture, Old Human School, starting this broadcast, this Dreamers Meeting podcast every Tuesday. When I first came back last week to Singapore, the first thought that come to my mind is that, okay, in KL, I have more time. Now that I'm in Singapore, people ask me to go out for meals. Like tonight, I have a relative gathering. A cousin of mine came back from US, so I had to go out for dinner. So I couldn't do this podcast at 8 o'clock. So that's the reason why I came back, and I'm doing it now. I realized that it's so easy for me to fall back to old ways, that my weekday nights are all packed, that I don't have time for this new venture. So I have to be very intentional to set aside Tuesday nights to do this podcast. And if I can't do, right, I will do it later in the night. So which is the reason why I'm only live right now, okay, at 11 o'clock. We are moving closer to 12 o'clock. So we got to be very intentional to build new habits. So I'm trying to bring all the good habits that I have in Malaysia now back to Singapore. Okay, then I have to look at all the old habits that I still have, what I want to fix. And I feel that the best way to fix these old habits is when I'm in transition. Now I'm back to Singapore, and back to a place that I've never stayed in for the last 2 years. And I'm trying to form new routines, doing new things, setting up this space to do podcasts. So I think the best time to break those old habits is now. And when I reflect back, I look at, okay, what is the thing that is bad habit for me still in when I was in KL? I realized one of the things that my mother, I was staying with my mother in KL during the last 2 years, right? And I think generally my mother is happy with me, but the only thing that I hear her complain a lot about me is this: she always find me walking around the house, right, looking for my glasses or looking for my wallet, okay, or I don't know. Sometimes things just go missing, car keys or whatever. And I thought that this is some habit that I really want to break because, every time I lose something, I have to find it. It gives me great stress because sometimes we are in a hurry and we are looking for our wallet. We needed to go out and we're looking for my glasses. So for the past 1 week or so back here in this house, I realized that one thing that I've been trying to do, and my wife observed it, is that every time I lose my Hoana, I think, okay, every time I lose my glasses or I lose my wallet, I find I do something to punish myself. Okay, I think since I come back, I have lost my glasses twice, and I have misplaced my wallet once. Okay, and what I try to do is I try to form a new habit of how where I put my wallet and where I put my glasses. Um, I have developed this. I'm trying to develop this habit where, every time I go out, I will wear my outdoor attire. I will never wear my my stay in clothing. Uh, and I always put my wallet in my going out attire, which is my pants. Okay, so I always have my wallet in my pants. When I come home, I will never take it out. So I would, of course, change to my home clothes, but my wallet is always in my going out pants. Okay, hung upstairs in my bedroom. So that way, whenever I need to access my wallet, okay, my credit card, or 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 my IC or whatever, for whatever purpose, for verification or whatever purpose, I know that it is in my wallet, and my wallet is always going to be in my pants or my jeans, okay, upstairs. So the one time that I couldn't find my wallet was because I didn't follow this rule, and as a result, I put in something fun for myself, something that's some form of punishment. Okay, I learned from somebody that every time I lose my wallet, okay, I'm supposed to do 20 push-ups. Okay, and then my glasses as well. If I lose my glasses, I'm going to do 10 push-ups. Okay, and so on and so forth. Okay, if I lose my car key, I will do another 10 push-ups. That way, I I'll be very conscious where I put my stuff. So my glasses will always be with me. Okay. If I, let's say, go to a corner of the house where I do some reading and I need to take out my glasses, right? I will just put it, okay, onto my onto here. Okay. So that the glasses always stays with me. So this is just some attempts for me to break old habits, because I don't want to be spending my time looking for my wallet or looking for my glasses anymore, because I feel the energy and the time wasted in doing this can be used so much more in terms of my productivity, towards achieving my goal and my dream. So that's something that I do, okay, to form a new habit so that I break the old one. Okay, you will find that sometimes when you try to just break your old habit without a process or a strategy to build a new habit, you will find it very hard going. Okay, trying not to do something is very hard. Okay, then very deliberately doing something, and that something will directly replace the old habit. Okay, that you may be facing. So yeah, this is just some examples of things that I've been trying to build when I come back. Okay, if I look around my house also, I realize that there are corners or spaces, right, that are unused, or there are places that doesn't work. Okay, how we hang our clothes, how we do our laundry, how we keep this place clean. So 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 I take advantage of this time that I'm in transition to really look into how I can put in new routines in the house as well. We started to hire a part-time helper as well. We tried bringing in somebody, this helper from Myanmar, who will be coming once a week on a Saturday. We have never used a part-time helper before, so we have always done our household chores ourselves. And this time coming back from Kuala Lumpur, because I witness and I see my mom, having somebody come into the house to help out once a week, will really help, really helps. So we thought that this is a good routine that I see in Kuala Lumpur that I want to bring into my household here in Singapore. Of course, we are at a stage whereby we can afford a part-time help. So I decided to just, spend the money and bring in a part-time help to improve, okay, a routine that we may need, okay, in this household. Okay, of course, one of the reasons is because prior to me going to KL, sweeping the floor, mopping, and vacuuming is my role. And I think at this juncture, not that I don't want to do it, but I feel that the energy and the time taken to do this, right, really is needed, okay, for the various dreams, various visions, and various calling that I have in my life. So yeah, it's just something that we need to deliberately set up, okay, a new routine in order to break away from an old habit or old routine that I had. So yeah, this is just some examples of new routines that I'm putting in place, and I'm still trying to do it. I know that some time is going to run out. If I stop building this new routine, right? Maybe I say that I take December off, okay, until the new year to start it. I think I will lose this opportunity of being in a transition. And when the mind is fresh and the mind is being challenged to change, to adapt, right? If I don't take this opportunity to build in new routines, right? Old routines is just gonna come back and rule the spaces of my head, and I will find that it's gonna be harder to break those habits. So yeah, with that, I just want to challenge all of us. Okay, what is our dream? What's our vision? What's our calling in our lives? Okay, and then just look at our habits. What are the habits that we keep doing that we don't want to do, and we know that is stopping us from pursuing our dream? So is there a chance for you to start building new routines? Okay, are you in a transition? Maybe there is some shakeup or there's some changes that is happening in your life right now, and change is needed anyway. So why don't you change to build new habits, new routines, in order to break an old one that you've always trying to break? So maybe, yeah, just I hope that this is useful. Yeah, just a challenge for you to build new habits in order to break old ones. So with that, yeah, just a short wisdom and confessionals. I hope that this is useful. I'm looking forward to the next few weekends. Last week, I spoke in Songkids Festival. Just a short message for the children and for the youth, how to have tenacity. So I hope that I can make it into a video one day. Okay, that portion of the Songkids Festival. And this coming Saturday, I'm looking forward to share an exhortation, a message for a couple they're going to get married. So looking forward to share some wisdom from God, for the couple. And the week after that, I was invited to Anglican Church Youth Camp, okay, to share the message that I feel God wants the church to have, to embrace. So I'm excited with that as well. With all these many things coming in, and then with Christmas, and then as a family, we'll be going to Langkawi, and many people calling me to catch up. I think one of the great fear that I have is to go back to be very busy routine and not thinking about my spiritual life, about my true calling. I don't want to end up being consumed by busyness, by many things to do, but not creating the meaning and the purpose of why I'm put here, and my life purposes that God has called me to do. So that's one great fear that I have. So I have to be very deliberate, not to let business and this type of the routine of business take over. So I very deliberately have to build in new routine. One of the things that I will be doing is that I will never take more than one speaking engagement per week. So weekend, okay, you will find me only speaking or doing engagement, doing one engagement per week. Okay, so that's the maximum that I would do. And of course, I will continue to produce video, continue on a Tuesday night. If it cannot be early at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, right, it will be 11 and 12 like right now, that I will consistently do that. And yeah, maybe I will do another video, but not a live video, but a recorded video weekly as well. So those are some of my goals, some of the limits and routines that I want to put in place. So yeah, with that, sorry for ranting away, but it's just something that I feel is important for us moving towards the end of the year. So continue to reflect on your old habits, continue to put in place things in place for a routine to build a new habit, so that next year when you set new goals, you will find that pursuing those goals is so much easier because of new habits. So with that, I wish you happy pursuing your dreams, and I wish you the best habits, okay, with whatever that you are doing. So with that, I just want to end this time with a meditation. I just want you to go back to the basic of your breathing. Okay, so I want you to close your eyes and take a deep breath. I want you to focus on your breathing. Okay, your inhale, followed by your exhale. And your inhale again, and your exhale. And your inhale again, and your exhale. And finally, your inhale again. Now I want you to do a deep breath in to your nostril, your throat, your lung, your stomach. Okay, I'm going to keep your focus, the point of your stomach in the middle. And when you exhale, I want you to blow out a deep, your biggest breath out. Okay, and you blow out things that are not of you. And when you inhale again this time, right to the center of your stomach. Okay, I want you to raise your focus from your stomach up to your chest, your throat, right to the top of your head. Okay, and I want you to hold your breath there. Okay, hold it as long as you possibly can. Hold your breath with your attention to the middle of your head. I want you to gather everything that is not of you, not of God, that you worry about, your concern. Okay, I want you to hold it there as long as you can. Okay. Then with a big breath, I want you to exhale out. Okay, I want you to exhale out all your worries, all your concerns, all the things that is not of you, not of God, out. Then the next inhale, I want you to inhale again through your nostril, your neck, your throat, your lung, down to your stomach. Okay, and then I want you to keep your focus up, right up to the head. Okay. I want you to gather all the things, all the thoughts that is not of you, your worries, your concerns. And I want you to hold it there as long as you possibly can. Okay. Just gather all the things that bothers you right there at the center of your head. Okay, and with a big breath out, okay, exhale. I want you to blow out everything that is not of you, not for you. And the last deep breath, okay, breathe in again through your nostril, your throat, your lung, and keep it in your stomach. And then I want you to float your attention up to your lung, to your throat, up to your head. Okay. Again, don't let the clutter of things and thoughts that disturb you, that bother you. I don't want you to keep it there for long. I want you to gather them right at the top of your head. Okay, and with a deep exhale, deep breath, I want you to exhale out everything. Okay, I want you to imagine yourself right now. Your throat, your lung, your stomach, and your head. I want you to imagine those spaces in your body full of light. The light just overpowers your entire being. Okay, I want you to sense the love of God for you in all these parts. And I want you to imagine light shining as bright as possibly can. It shines as only God can shine in you. You no longer have any worry, no longer have any concerns, no longer have anything that hinders you on the love of God. Okay, I want this light to extend beyond yourself, okay, out to the world, to the spaces all around you, filling your entire house, your entire space, and beyond. I want you to let the light of God shine upon you. And let God be gracious to you. And let the peace of God rest on you always. So with that, I want you to stay in this meditation if you need to. And if not, you can open your eyes and you can come back as I say good night. And thank you for supporting this podcast, Wisdom and Confessionals, episode number 11. So I hope today you have really learned how to break an old habit. So with that, I hope to see you next week. Okay, and I hope I have a video coming up. Okay, this week. Actually, this week is a very busy week, but yeah, I will try to do my best for you. So again, yeah, whatever that you questions that you have, please write it down. Okay, I saw Sheikh here. Sheikh saying hello, teacher. So I want to say hello to him. Miss you so much, Sheikh. Hope to see you in KL again Monday. So I just want to say bye bye. See you and thank you so much. Good night.